Hi, this is Mr. AB. I welcome you to our AB Math Education YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the nature of a quadratic graph, how the SAT actually weighted their words around when it comes to the graphing piece. So here we have been given the graph, we have been given the equation of the parabola, now we have been given the point x-axis, one of the solution, and then we have also been given the y-intercept at 9, and they want us to find the a. So first of all, let's use the point 4, 0, which first point is x-axis and this is y. They have already said that, and we are going to plug it into the given parabola equation. So wherever we see y, we put 0 and is equals to a, and the x is 4 minus h all squared. So if we want, what we could do is that we can swap it around and say a minus h all squared is equals to 0. That's what most of us are used to. So here, two numbers is multiplying to give you 0. That means it's either the a is equals to 0 or 4 minus h all squared is equals to 0. But here, we have to know that the a cannot be equals to 0, because when the a is equals to 0, the whole quadratic function will not be exist, because the x and everything will go away. So a cannot be equals to 0. So that means 4 minus h all squared is the one that have to be equals to 0. And now we want to solve for this. So we take a square root here, and we take a square root because we want to get rid of the square, and this goes away, and then we get 4 minus h, and square root of 0 is 0, and now we take h to the side, so 4 is equals to h, and if you want, you can swap it and say h is equals to 4. So now we have able to find the value of h. We are going to plug it into the equation, and then we see the next step. So we get our a, h is 4, and it's all squared. Okay, so they told us that the graph also passes at y-axis at y is equals to 9. So at y-axis, at y equals to 9, x is equals to 0. So now we're going to plug it into our equation that we got here to help us find our a. So we got 9 is equals to a, and we get 0 minus 4 all squared. We get 9. We get a. Here is going to be negative 4. So negative 4 all squared is going to be 16. So 16. We want to solve for a. So we will divide both sides by 16. And this goes away. We can swap it and say a is equals to 9 over 16. But we have to simplify whenever we can. We know that over 16. At this point, we cannot simplify. So that is what we were looking for. In case in the near future they want you to write a final equation, then you can say that y is equals to 9 over 16 x minus 4 all squared. So let's look at another instance whereby this time around it's not touching the x-axis, it's hanging in there. So here it's kind of going to be giving us a complex imaginary solution because the parabola didn't touch the x-axis. So let's see how we can go about this one. Here too, they want us to find the value of a. So what we could do is that we can pick any of the point and plug it into the equation, and then afterwards we can find our a and c. So the best point to pick here is 0, 2. If we pick 0, 2, that will help us to find our c very easily, and that will solve most of the problem. And even here, they didn't give us much information that this is like into the standard. If it is into the standard, the c is always where it touches the y-axis. So we are not going to go into that line, but I want to clear that in case maybe you might be thinking that one, or you might be commenting on that one. Here they didn't give us a specific that this is a standard. So we are going to plug the points to get our c. Other than that, if they told us that this was a standard, then we would have said that, oh, the c is 2, because that's where it crosses the y-axis. So here, let's go ahead. We are using the point. So at point 02, plug it into the equation. This is a x and this is y, is a point. So we get 2 is equals to a 0 squared plus c. And here 0 squared is 0. 0 times any number is 0. And we get c. So c is equals to 2. Let's put it back into the equation. So now we got y is equals to ax squared plus 2. Okay, so that's our new equation. So after our new equation, then we can pick another point. So pick any reasonable point. I will go ahead and pick this one. It's positive and the numbers are small. You can pick any number, you will get the same answer. So at another point 2, 3, where this is x and this is y, we will get 3 is equals to a 2 squared plus 2. We bring the 2 over here because all of them are constants, so it's become 3 minus 2 is equals to 2 squared is 4. We get 1 and we get 4a. We get a 4, so mathematically we write the number first, and then here we want to solve for a, so we divide here by 4. We repeat the same thing here. This 10 into 1, it goes away. Therefore, our a, as we swap it, becomes a quarter. So they ask us to find the a, and a is a quarter. If you want to put it back in case actually they were asking you to write the equation, then it would have been squared over 4 plus 2 as the equation. That's not what they asked you to do. Thank you very much for sticking with me all the way to the end. Please go ahead, subscribe if you haven't done so, like the video, leave us a comment. See you in the next video. I wish you the best in your studies, in your upcoming exams. I wish you the best. I wish you the best in case you're here as a learning colleague. Thank you for always watching. Be blessed.